You don't want to be enduring when you should be enjoying. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for the love you guys showed me on the vlog. Now I know what you guys like. Okay, thank you for the love. I haven't officially told you thank you for 100 subscribers, so this is me saying thank you. Let's hit 200 subscribers this month. We can do this. We got this. Okay. Anyway, if you are new, you just see my face for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Precious Ayorundi. I film on faith, relationship and lifestyle all the way from Dominica. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so on a more serious note, just want to say thank you for everything, like for the support, for watching my videos, for liking, commenting, sharing. I appreciate it. Okay, so this topic is an interesting one. The topic is why you should not settle for less. How do we start? Let's start like this. What does it mean to settle for less? It means that you're settling for something below your capability, your desires, what you believe you can achieve. The thing is that you can settle for less in every area of your life, physically, spiritually, financially, materially, maritally, basically in every area of your life. Before we go into why you should not settle for less, let's talk about why people actually settle for less. One, it could be because you've been trying to get something and you've not gotten it all this way. And you feel like, oh, let me just settle for whatever is on ground. For instance, job, according to your course of study, you're not getting any and you're like, okay, whatever comes my way. No problem. Another reason people settle for less is the fear of the unknown. Like you don't know what tomorrow will bring. You're getting older, maybe maritally, relationship-wise. It's like you're 30, you're clocking 30, you're clocking 40, and you're like, oh, time is going. Especially as a woman, you're like, oh, time is going. I need to get settled, and you are not like you're afraid that, oh, you're 29. What if you don't get somebody before 30? What if you don't get somebody even at 30 something? That fear of the unknown just comes creeping at you, and it makes you just want to like settle for anything, even less than you deserve. It could also be in the area of maybe course of study. You've been applying for a particular course, and all the while you apply, you just don't get it, and you're like, okay, whatever they send my way, I'm gonna do it. In addition to the point I mentioned earlier, another reason people settle for less is because they allow fear to override their faith. It's very easy to like let fear come in, because basically if you begin to like faith is basically is more like a spiritual something. So the moment you bring your thoughts, the things you look at into your reality, into the physical, you begin to get afraid. For instance, you are like, oh, I trust God is going to like give me a job for the end of the year, and then you look at your circumstances, you don't have money, you don't have a roof over your head, like you're squatting with someone, or your house rent is expiring soon, or all sorts of things, and you're like, what if God doesn't answer me before the end of the year? What do I do then? You let fear creep in. An example of someone who came back to reality and then because of that fear overcame his faith is Peter. Peter basically was walking on water. It's Peter now, right? Peter was walking on water. He trusted Jesus. Jesus said, come, my son, come, walk on the water. Okay? He said, if Jesus could walk on the water, why can't I? So it said to walk. But the moment is faculties, is obligator, is medulla, is medulla oblongata, is everything began to like remind him that he's a human being and this is still earth. He got scared. He was like, I can't do this. And at that moment, it began sinking. And that person, or group of people rather, are the spies, the people that Moses sent to check Canaan out. Like that's where God wanted the Israelites to move to. So, Moses sent these people from different, like at least one person from each household. They should go and check, they should spy on Canaan, check if the land is fruitful, check if how the people are and everything. Those people came back, they said, oh, the land is fruitful, but the people there are giants. The people there, they are stronger than us. We're not enough for them. Like we're not up to that standard. And because of that, they didn't enter the promised land. They didn't enter into Canaan. So what is that telling you? That don't let fear override your faith. Another reason people settle for less is you don't like waiting. I don't like waiting personally, like even to wait for someone on a regular day. Or rather, you are the one waiting for me. But life teaches us to wait anyway, so we have no choice than to wait, whether you like it or not. So basically, you don't like waiting, or you're tired of waiting. And waiting is something that you don't know. You don't know when God is going to answer you. You don't know when the whole thing is going to happen. You're just there. Like, it's a different case when you're waiting for like, okay, a day, 2 days, a month. You have a fixed date, okay, for how long you're going to wait. But when you don't, look at the case of Sarah. Sarah in the Bible, Sarah did not know when to happen. Abraham did not know. These people didn't know when the promise would come. Joseph, the likes of them, even David, they just had to keep waiting. So because you are afraid of waiting, you're tired of waiting, like God has been waiting on you. A year has gone, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and nothing is coming up. And you're like, God, are you still there? Can you hear me? So basically, that's another reason people get tired of waiting and just settle for whatever comes, because at least you are saying whatever is there on ground, you just take it rather than waiting for that's why they say the angel you don't know. Sorry, that's why they say the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Well, it doesn't really apply in this scenario, but you get what I mean. Another reason people settle for less is that maybe you've been waiting on God for something before and it didn't come true, like you didn't see it. So you're like scared of waiting on him again. You're like, if he didn't do it before, will he do it again? But actually, if he did before, he will do it again. Even if he didn't do it before, he will still do it. He will still do it this time around. Like, you just don't know. You just have to keep your faith on. And because God knows it does not mean he doesn't love you or wasn't hearing your prayers. There are different reasons. It might just be that it was not his time, his will, or different reasons. I'm not going there. What I'm just trying to say is that it could be that maybe you trusted God before, you waited on him, and like you got disappointed. And that reason people, settle for less is that they are used to working their own time. Like, they just want to do things in their own time. They are the drivers of their life. They've not given the way to God, so they expect things to happen at certain seasons. You finish high school, you go to university, you finish university, you get married, you get a job, you get married, you have your children, and you just have that, arrangement of how life should go in your head. And okay, actually society also plays a role, and because of that you're like, okay, why am I not getting this at this age? You're like, I must get married before 25 or before 30, and then when 29 strikes like this, you're all over like, oh, will you marry me? I am ready. Marry me. I am ready. Put a ring on the finger. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, people just want to work in their own time, and because of that, just settle for anything. I think I still watched a movie recently, and then the girl was like wanting, like, she must get married before 30, and she almost settled. Thank God, God opened her eyes. Another reason people settle for less is pressure from other people. Like, people get pressured a lot. The whole WhatsApp is pressuring. The society, what you see on the gram, Instagram, Facebook, what you see on social media basically is like pressure. Maybe you're just sometimes it could be your family. It could be your own family that's even pressuring you. Go and get married, go and bring children, go and get a job, go and get this, go and get that. So you feel pressured, and sometimes people do all these things out of love. They're out of concern. Like, what's going on? Are you okay? You've not given birth. You've been married for like this years, and that person comes to says that, and like you feel pressured. So because of that, you feel like, oh, let me just settle for whatever. At least I'm married. Or at least I've gotten the job. And then another reason, which is the final reason I'm talking about, is comparison. Like, you're comparing your life to another person's life. You're like, oh, this person is getting this, I need to get that. Oh, this person is doing this at this age, I need to do that at this age. But that's not how life goes. We're all on a different journey, different seasons, different timing. So you just relax. Now let's talk about why you shouldn't settle for less. First of all, what happens when you see someone have that thing that you wanted? Let's assume you're praying to God, oh God, give me a man after your own heart, a man that is sold out to you, and all those good stuff. But because you are impatient, or I rather say because you're tired of waiting and you just feel like, you want to settle for whatever it's there, you decide to go ahead and settle for a guy. You're like, oh, at least he goes to church once in a while, it doesn't matter. Then later in the future, you find a friend, or you come across a friend that you once in a while or something, and the friend is basically living the life you wanted to live. The person has a husband, or maybe the friend is a male, he has a partner, a wife. that, that is just sold out to God, exactly how you wanted, and all those things. So what happens? This plays in different scenarios, in different aspects of life. That's why envy, jealousy, all these things, they come up. You begin to see someone, it's like they're living the life you wanted to live. But are they? I could give an example of a family, the Blacks. I follow Jake Baum. Yeah, that's an Instagram handle. They are the Blacks. She shared the story of a family, of her husband. Her husband is a pilot, but he got laid off. And because of that, things things were falling apart. And they just had a child. So it wasn't easy. And being a pilot, hours matters. Like the hours you spend matters and the hours you don't spend matters. So basically for 11 whole months, he wasn't working. He wasn't doing anything. It had an implication on their family, on the man, on the woman, and the stuff. So basically, as time went on, he said, okay, he was going to just further his studies, like get certificate, get more things and all the stuff. And he did, but he wasn't getting any job. And basically in Nigeria, there were only two places he could get jobs. The first was where he was working, I think, and the second was actually another place. So basically, they spent the money they had, like, for him to further his studies, and yet nothing. And they were like, it was like they were getting broke, selling off like their workers in their house, selling like a car or something, and it was just like a bad time for them financially. Then all of a sudden, someone like called him from his former place of work and like, oh, he could come back, blah blah blah. Guess what? He said he wasn't going. Before that, he had gone ahead to do like a 40 days fasting, pray to God and everything. So basically, you'll be expecting that he will get the job, that, oh, this is good, right? But he said no, he wasn't going to settle for less. Like, he had gone to read her air, so he deserved better. And basically, there were just two places he could like get the job. Like, what was he going to do? What if the second place doesn't take him? This is where fear comes, doubts, and all this stuff. But he said no, he was going to wait on God. And guess what? The other company, they didn't even need anyone, but they still made an offer to him. He got it. We're like, oh, do you mind going for a training? Did like that same week in the US, and before you know, he was back on his feet. 150% increase. Like, you know what that means? Like, these are people that they're rich already. Then they're not telling you that you got 150% increase. Do you know what that means? And then within like 365 days, God made it such a way that he was able to do something that made him gain back those hours he lost in 11 months that he spent outside working. So what I'm just trying to say is that don't settle for less. Another reason you should not settle for less is that you don't want to be enduring when you should be enjoying. Like, when you should be enjoying, like, see, there's a reason God put us in Garden of Eden, like there's a reason. He wanted us to enjoy life. He wanted us to be happy. He put everything there. He didn't want us to struggle, like fresh, prim and proper. Oh, Jesus Christ. Eve and Adam, why? It's like Eve. And that's happened. So you get what I mean? You don't want to be enduring when you could be enjoying. Do you understand? Another thing that you don't want to settle for good when you could actually get best. Good, better, best. You could get the best. God has a purpose for you. He has a plan. He said he wishes above all things that you prosper and that you be in good health. It doesn't mean that you should have managed your health like that, or So no. Another reason you should not settle for less is that you could be falling into the wrong hands. You could be going out of God's plan and purpose for your life when you settle for less. Like, you could be going ahead of God or beneath God, or you just not going in the right track anymore. So you don't settle for less. Now, what is the solution? What do you do to ensure that you don't settle for less? Or if you are about settling for less, or you've settled for less right now, like it's in a situation where you can actually redeem, what should you do? What should you do? One, determine that you're not going to settle for less. See, settling for less is not easy. It's hard work, it's faith, doubts will come, fear will come, with faith. I remember when I was looking for apartment the first time, that was last year. Not really, it was not my first time, but it was last year or so. Was it last year? Yeah, I think, 2019 ending into January. I was looking for an apartment, and everywhere I was going, I wasn't just saying what I wanted. And I had it there, and it was like, just settle. I remember there was this apartment. I didn't really like the apartment. I didn't want it. But I just told the landlady that I might come for it, and there was someone else interested, but it's like pay first, whoever pays first gets it. So I was just hoping the other person is not ready, so that at least I could check more options, and if I don't say, I just settle, just settle for it. I didn't like the apartment. I just did not like the apartment. Felt like I'll be feeling depressed in the apartment. That's how it just felt to me. So I didn't really want it. I was just seeking God's face, praying and everything. Then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, let me just marry for the apartment like that. I'm not saying anything. Just for them to say, oh, someone just paid for it that same day. And I was like, I started crying. But I was like, oh, you don't want the apartment. Why are you crying? It's like, but I just wanted to settle at least. And like, what if I don't get any other thing by the deadline? People will say, oh, you should have just settled like that. Now look at your life and all those stuff. So I just felt bad. I was crying. Then that motivated me to like push at that. I went to like see someone, and that was it. That same day, I got another apartment, and I got an apartment that I was so happy about. Like when I saw the apartment, I just knew. That's the thing, you just know. When some people say, how did you meet your partner? I just knew. That's the thing, that peace of mind, that everything's gonna be there. Like you say, no, this is what I've been praying for, this is what I've been waiting for. Same thing with this new apartment I moved in. I've seen series of apartments, and that's straight from that time because the my apartment never matched the price. Like let me just tell you. Okay? So like when I found this apartment, not too much talk. It's not the one I'll say, oh, let me go and think about it. No, I'll just tell you straight. I just said it straight. That, no, this is my room, this is my apartment. I'm picking this. I'm taking this. This is it. This is what God. And like it was towards the deadline, and I was really getting scared. I would always play this song by Kaya, and we will never settle for less. We know that's it's in you. Just search for the song. I'll just keep playing it while I'm praying to God, because I'm like, God, don't let them kick me out of this. So like, I got nowhere to go, and you cannot fail me. You're too faithful to fail me. I kept singing it. I kept praying, and it was like 2 or 3 days to deadline. God showed up. I was really scared. I should not lie, because I was like, hey, when people say all these ones you've been saying, you should have just saying it like that. But no, God came true, and God can also come true for you if you don't settle for less. So make up your mind, and every area of your life, you're not going to settle for less by the grace of God. Then 2, pray, trust God, believe God, have faith. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So keep having faith, keep hearing the word of God, keep studying the word of God. What is God saying? That you wishes above all things, that you prosper. He says it's going to be exceedingly abundantly above all you would ever think or imagine, according to He's going to do more than you desire. God said, if we water people, if we would on earth, we can. That's what I mean by worldly, like we're in the world. So if people like us, if people that we are on earth, we have children and we don't give them stone when they ask for bread, how much God? Add fasting when you're not getting results. Just like Mr. Black, he fasted for 40 days. That was not, you don't have to do 40 days. It could just be 1 day, it could be 3 days. But cry to God. Be like Anna. Be like Jabez. Jabez was tired of his situation. He could have just settled and said, oh, that's it, from his birth, his life had spoiled. But he said, no, I'm going to see God. God's going to bless me. God is going to answer me. God is going to keep me from evil. All those prayers of Jabez, and God answered. Imagine he did not pray. Imagine he did not pray. What about Joseph? Joseph did not settle. Joseph did not say, oh, at least I've left my father's house. Instead of them killing me, at least now I'm in Potiphar's house. At least I'm going to be the head of the servants. He didn't say anything like that. He trusted God to provide something better for him. So he didn't settle. He didn't just relax and say, let me just keep taking care of their stuff in the house and all. He knew where God was taking him to. He didn't say, oh, let me at least be having my boss's wife, she'll be giving me more advantage in the house and all this stuff. No. It's important to have a vision of your life. Where is God taking you to? Those things will help you not to give up. It will help you to stay active, to stay stronger in faith, and not to settle, and to help you to be alert to know what is for you and what isn't. So you need to fast and pray, especially when you are in doubt or when you are scared and you don't know what to do. Also, close your ears to negativity, and be careful who you want to tell your plans to, because there's some people that will tell you, hey, I don't think you can get that job. Forget it. You can't. Just go and do anything. Just take anything and go and do it. No. You know who you are sharing to, know those that when you share to them, they will encourage you. And if peradventure you end up sharing it to someone that discourages you, you'll be encouraged. You are the one who God gave the vision to. You are the one who is saying where God has for you, right? So it might even sound crazy to other people, but it doesn't matter. You hold on to God, hold on to God tightly, and hold on to whatever God has said, and it shall come to pass. Then also avoid pressures. Okay, don't let me say avoid pressure, but don't let pressures get to you. Pressures could be from anywhere, like I said earlier, from your family, from your loved ones. It could even be as a result of them just even being worried about you for good reasons, like because they care about you. But just avoid it. Even pressure could be from yourself. Just avoid pressure from by all means. Don't think, oh, all your friends are getting married and people are pressuring you. When will you get married? When will you get married? When will you give it? Not just things. Just avoid pressure. Don't let the pressure stuff get to you, because you are the one who knows that you want to live a best life. You want to live the life. You want to be able to say, living my best life for God. So guys, I have a lot to say, but it's time to close this chapter. For now, I hope you've been blessed. I hope God has spoken to you through this. I've been blessed, and this is not just for you, this is also for my future self, because if you see this life, a lot of situations will come where you want almost settle for less, a lot, because it's not even easy not to settle for less. But this is just to encourage us that do not settle for less. God has better for you. God has bigger stuff for you. If you settle for less, how will you prove him mighty in your life? How will you prove that he will do what he said he would do? So don't settle, don't give up, don't throw in the towel, don't be depressed, don't be downcasted. God is there. God is real, and God is for you. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below. Let me know what you think about this topic. Have you been in a situation whereby you almost settled for less, or you settled for less? What was the repercussion? How did you feel? What lessons did you learn? Would you like to share it with us? Or just let me know if you were blessed by this topic. You know, it's important when we will know if you're blessed, and it just encourages us that, okay, let's keep putting content out there. So let me know if you're blessed. How has this helped you? Please comment. Please like this video. Like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I know I got a lot of not really a lot, but it's still a lot. Okay. So if you are new here, once again, thank you for subscribing. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and also turn on your notifications so anytime I post you get it immediately. And also share this video if you can. If you can, please share this video. So I'll see you in the next one by God's grace. I still remain Precious Ayorinde. From me to you, it is bye. In this life, we will not settle for less. Say, I will not settle for less. In the name of Jesus, I will not settle for less. I'm gonna have a great life. I'm gonna have a great life. I'm gonna enjoy myself according to God's will for me. I hope I'm saying the right thing. I can see you. Don't settle.